Hey there, everyone. Welcome to Broadband Deployment News. The state of Ohio is partnering with a couple of schools there and Goodwill in order to be able to provide some broadband job training. And that's something that's going to be needed that a lot of states should be looking at doing to help make use of all of that money that's going to be coming their way. We need some workforce development, and this may be one answer. Be right back. Thanks for joining me. Rick Husey here with Broadband Deployment News. So you see here, Governor DeWine announces new partnership to provide free broadband job training. So this is free training that they're putting together. So you see here, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine announced the Governor's Office of Workforce Transformation and Goodwill Columbus through a partnership with the Ohio State University, Columbus State Community College, and the Workforce Development Board of Central Ohio will offer free broadband-related job training at Goodwill Columbus, newest job training center on Bryce Road. So, as I mentioned, this is something that every state, I think, needs to be working on right now, is a way to be able to partner with local schools and then facilities where people can get training. And the fact that it's free training is great because people can then, if people are looking to change careers or they need a job, they can go get training. And certainly this is going to be an area where there's going to be lots of need coming up in the next year or so, because we're going to have early next year lots of money throughout the country, not just in Ohio, obviously, throughout the country. Every state's going to be getting millions of dollars. Ohio's going to be getting, I think it's 750 to 800 million, if I remember, somewhere in that range, that they're going to be getting for broadband deployment, and that's going to require lots and lots of people to be able to install fiber throughout the state. So this is, I think, a great idea. I didn't realize that Goodwill does training, and I'll show you here in a minute that apparently they do. I just thought of it as a place that you would go maybe donate things or maybe pick something up, but they have training as well. So it says here to expand high-speed internet across the state, we need to build the broadband industry workforce, said Governor DeWine. In fact, we'll need about 32,000 skilled workers to prepare the infrastructure alone. So they're talking about just going out and laying the fiber, whether that's burying it, stringing it along poles. They're going to need that. Plus, they're going to need people to install fiber after that. The broadband infrastructure training program will cover fundamentals of broadband, electrical, and fiber connections, offer hands-on training, that's important, and develop digital literacy and academic skills. Graduates may go on to earn industry credentials as a certified premises cabling technician or a certified fiber optic technician, leading to potential employment at telecom companies or their suppliers and contractors. Providing this training will now ensure that broadband companies can access and spend the coming infrastructure investments to ultimately position Ohio as a prime destination for new innovative companies seeking access to the next generation of wired and wireless communications, said the governor. Recent capital budgets have provided $800,000 in funding for this training center, which will also offer courses in IT, healthcare, hospitality, and commercial driving. More information about this program in Goodwill Columbus. I've got a link to the Goodwill Columbus site. So if you look at Goodwill Columbus here, you see they do have job training and certifications. I don't think this one is necessarily listed up there yet, but you got free classes and certifications. Talks about that there. And I looked at, you got here types of classes, IT pathway. So IT is important. If you're going to be working in the internet industry, that can help as well. You got healthcare, upskilling, reskilling, hospitality, commercial driving, digital literacy, computer basics, internet safety. So those are good things to know, but I don't see up here yet the specifics on the like say the fiber installation, those kinds of things. I looked at my Goodwill in Georgia. I don't know if that was something that was unusual, but I looked at a couple of Goodwills and the one here in North Georgia where I am, and they've got training that they talk about, construction, contact center, floor tech, forklift, that's custodial, good biz program, health, environmental services, hospitality, logistics. So lots of training programs available apparently at Goodwill. So this is a partnership with, again, Goodwill, the state of Ohio, and a couple of schools that were mentioned there. And I looked to see, as far as certification, so it sounds like maybe you would get maybe some hands-on training and some classroom training on some of these things. And it said, how did it put it? I don't know if I'll be able to find it again. Here it is. Graduates may go on to earn industry credentials as a certified premises cabling technician or a certified fiber optic technician, leading to potential employment. So may go on to earn. that may mean that you can't actually earn that going through this training program, but that you kind of get a foundation. Because it says that here. It says the Broadband Infrastructure Training Program will cover fundamentals of broadband, electrical, and fiber connections, and hands-on training, which is good again. But that may be fundamentals, kind of, again, a foundation. And then based on that, that will help you succeed in a certified program. And some of those programs sometimes do require that you have some amount of experience maybe to get into them. So I looked, I searched and found this, the Fiber Optics Association. And I don't know if this is the official organization that would be the one certifying entity. I don't know. There might be many. They might just say that they do that as well. And looking at the site, maybe they do, because in looking at the site, it looks like it's from the 1990s. It's a very old looking website. So maybe it's been around a while, and they are, maybe not for profit and not caring that much what their website looks like. So scroll through this a bit, and you've got mention free online learning programs that they have there. There's the FOA certification programs, and then there's also a list of approved training schools. So these are your approved training schools right here. And a whole bunch of them. I saw several in Ohio. I didn't see the ones that were mentioned in the press release, but you've got a bunch of different schools in here. And these would all be fiber kinds of things. It mentions the kinds of things you can do here. You got CFOS right there and CFOT, the different certifications, whether it's at the school or whether it's the school or the customer location. In some cases, just the customer location where they do these trainings. And then, as I mentioned, what was it here? The approved training schools, free training, and here it is, certification programs. So if you go here, you'll see information on the certification programs, including at the CFOT, and then the CPCT. What is that? Certified Premises Cable Technicians. That, I think, is one of the ones that was mentioned. You've got the Certified Fiber Optic Technician, and it talks a little bit about the kinds of things that you'll learn. So it may be that this is the organization that once you go through this training, you could maybe finish up here and get it certified. But it looks like they also, again, they certify the schools. So maybe they would certify whatever this program is at Goodwill. I don't know if they'd be taking this at Goodwill or at the schools that were referenced in the press release, or maybe a combination of the two. Could be, maybe they're providing it at Goodwill. So the schools and the schools will provide the curriculum and maybe some assistance there, and maybe people then at the local Goodwill there will be able to get the training at that location. Otherwise, I don't know why Goodwill would be mentioned. So it sounds like maybe you take those classes at Goodwill. But anyway, great idea. I think every state hopefully now is looking at how they're going to address this workforce shortage issue that they're going to have, because there is going to be this shortage as we have, again, a whole bunch of money entering the market at one time, all destined for the same types of jobs. So you've got lots of money that's going to be available for broadband deployment. Most of it's going to be fiber. And that means that we're going to need lots of people that are going to be doing fiber installations. And that goes, again, that's the construction kinds of folks. That's a different kind of position, but people that are going to be constructing these fiber networks, that are going to be burying fiber or putting it up on poles. But then you do need fiber technicians out there as part of that to do splicing. And that's one of the things that you learn in these programs, is how to do splicing, those kinds of things. And then once the networks are built, you're going to need install engineers or technicians that go out and install, bring the drop down and install it at the customer home, make sure they're up and running. So lots of opportunity for people that need work, and here's an opportunity for folks to get trained in that particular area. So that's good news. And again, I hope other states are looking at this and hope to see some announcements about what states are going to be doing as far as workforce development. Thanks for joining me today. If this was helpful, if you give me a like on the video, I'd appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, click the subscribe button, click the bell, and you'll be notified when I'm live. See you next time. Bye-bye.